So today we're going to do a film discussion about a film starring Bill Oberst Jr. And Bill is looking somewhat withdrawn in this one. Mother forgive me. Hi guys, welcome back to Babylon. I'm Asaf Angel. I love cycling and breathing.
I'm Itai Guberman. I hate that Asaf is still breathing, but what are you going to do? So today we are here to do a bit of a film discussion. We're talking about a short film for a change,
Yep.
and an animated one at that. We are talking about Weight of Guilt.
Yep, directed by Joseph Daniel Rodriguez.
Yeah, written and created by Tracy Allen, put together by Tracy Allen and Justin Bourne. I have actually seen this film a little while ago. I've already seen it a few times. Maybe you should start and tell us what you think.
Without doing any spoilers, of course.
No spoilers.
It's a 5 minute long film, and first of all, you have to admire the challenges that a storyteller faces when showing you something that's 5 minutes long. They need to deliver a world, and he only has 5 minutes. So the first shot, the first thing you see, tells you everything you need to know about what kind of world a film takes place in, and what's the general situation with your lead character is. And that was very well executed.
It was. Even the first sentence that
Yep.
comes out of the character's mouth, it carries a lot of subtext behind
Yep,
it, but
yep.
it gives you an idea
Yeah.
of what he's facing, what kind of world he's in, and all
Yeah.
the rest of it. As mentioned before, this main character is voiced by Bill Oberst Jr. And as he has so many times before, Bill does a great job in this. He's actually
Yes,
a great
yes.
voice actor. Even on his podcast, Coffee Goodnight, if anyone wants to give that a go, look it up. It's actually also on the MyIndie Productions website on Bill's artist page. You can go and have a listen, and you can hear how good he is at delivering a story with actually all kinds of voices. But yeah, this in this one, it's just very good. It really gets the point across, and I thought he was fantastic.
The only qualm I have with the film, it's built in a fashion that you're seeing what's happening, and Bill narrates. So I think maybe, personally, to me, the narration was a bit too much. I mean, the images delivered much more than the narration had to cover. I'm seeing what's happening, and maybe it's preferable that I'll conclude what's happening from what I'm seeing, rather than have an additional narrating in the background, just in case I didn't understand what I'm looking at.
I kind of disagree with you on this point. It's a short film, but it is actually a first episode of something that there's more coming. So I actually like the way it set that scene with a little bit of narration, and again you have he's a sole character in this, really,
Yeah.
in this first one. So I thought it was maybe not a necessity as such, but it's a stylistic choice,
Yeah.
and in this one it worked. So I actually didn't have a problem with that. I actually liked it.
It's not a
It worked for
problem.
me.
It's if you ask me, do you have any qualms? Then I'd have to say, yeah, it's not something that is a bad point for the film, because you're seeing something that I think is even more beautiful and profound had it been not spoken over. But you get the narration. You get, this is what happened, and this is what's going on. You can gather from the animation that something happened.
It's
And
it's actually funny. It's actually funny to say this, but it's a 5 minute piece, and it's actually kind of a slow burn.
yep,
And if I think that the reason for certain parts of the narration is to get the audience into the story a bit
yes,
quicker.
yes,
And in this one, it might be, again, I don't know if necessary or a must, but I think it was done for a reason, and a valid reason, and I think it works. if they would have done what you're saying and basically take out that narration, it would have been even more of a slow burn, and that might make it better for some audience, but probably not for most. So I
Yeah,
can understand that choice, is what I'm saying.
yeah, I
It's
can
again,
understand it as well, but just to put it out there, and it's clearly that the film and the time that it had gave you, look, this is the world, and this is the part of the arc of the character that we think is enough to keep you engaged. They don't have time to show you otherwise.
it might be a personal thing as well, but I actually enjoy Bill's narration, so that actually was
Yeah,
a bit of a bonus for me
yeah,
because I like his voice and the way he
of
uses
course,
it,
of
so that
course.
really worked.
It doesn't take away anything
Uh,
from the viewing experience or from the whole film, but if
and
I were to be asked,
well,
then that's what I'd say.
the animation I really liked. It might not be necessarily to everyone's taste. Everybody likes different kinds of animation. I'm actually partial to this one. I like that kind of style.
Yeah.
It's a little bit maybe old school. Is that, if that would be the right description? It doesn't try to be sort of hyper realistic,
Yep.
and it's not. It's stylistic. It has this kind of a style that
Yes.
it wants to go with, and it sort of pushes that across. And I really like that style. I
Yeah.
really enjoyed
Yeah. It's
the
not.
imagery. I enjoyed the
Yeah.
colors. I enjoyed the likeness to Bill, actually, of that character as well.
It's not aimed at blowing you out of the water and look at the animation, look how intricate it is. It just gives you just the right amount of feel and keeps you, locked in and engaged with whatever you're seeing. It's like a series of frames. Each one is an art piece in itself.
And I like little touches as well, like the jacket moving sort of in the
Yeah.
breeze, and the way the smoke was done and everything like
Yeah.
that was really like it really put a nice
I
touch
like
on
the
the whole thing.
representation of his eyes through most of it.
Yes,
That's
which
a
was an interesting,
yeah.
yeah. Well, we won't go into that because
Yeah.
it's sort of spoilery, but it's a very
Yeah.
interesting thing about the film, and there's actually a point where something sort of turns there.
Yep.
So yeah, that's a good one. Um, I I enjoyed the soundtrack as well.
Yeah, soundtrack is great.
The soundtrack was composed by Dorian Britton,
Yeah.
and I'm not familiar with Dorian's work, but I really enjoyed this one. This was really really well done. Really put you into it, in it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah, and again with nice touches. The even the Foley's were really well placed,
Yep.
well put together. I enjoyed the pace. I enjoyed the animation. The story and premise. In a lot of ways, it's sort of something that's kind of been done before, but this puts a little bit of an interesting twist on it. And again, this is something we didn't mention in the beginning, but this is an indie
Yeah.
work. This is
Yeah.
this is an indie project,
Yeah.
and for as far as indie projects go, this is fantastic to
Yeah. The whole animation
in
was done by
in
one
my
person.
opinion. So yeah, this one really really like worked for me on almost every level. It also helps that the people behind it. We're talking Bill Oberst and Tracy Allen and Justin Bourne and Joseph Daniel Rodriguez. I personally come to know all of them, but this was sort of after mostly, not all of them, but most of them after I've seen the film. So it always I don't know. It's a better feeling, when you know the people behind it who are actually good people, and you have really really good things to say about it.
Yeah.
To me, a lot of the credit here would have to go to Tracy for the writing. I really like, some of the subtext, and just some like I said, that opening sentence really set the scene. And that's the kind of thing that I like in writing, and I really look forward to seeing where it's going to go from here. This short film or episode or whatever you want to call it, the main purpose of it is really to create interest for you to want to watch more. So there's more coming,
Yep.
and this definitely left me, wanting more.
Yeah. It's a
So
very very well made film, and it's the kind of film that if I were to see something in that style and that level of writing, because there's much respect to storytelling in this
mhm.
as a feature film, that's the kind of thing I would be psyched to watch. I want to know what happens with this character. I want to know what happens in this world.
Yeah, not just feature film, even when it comes to series. I
Yeah, or
think
a
that
series, something long, something that can keep me in this world of the film. Really like
yeah,
these types of stories and this type of presentation.
yeah, because this one, a lot of it sort of sits on the drama and this inner struggle of a character within this, post-apocalyptic world, and I like that, and it mixes in, a little bit of action and just a lot of intrigue
Yep.
as to what's gonna happen next. It's almost a not exactly a road trip kind of film, but
Yeah.
it's a travel type of situation. This, I mean, for as long as he keeps moving, which he actually says in one of the one of his I think it was like an inner monologue voiceover in the film that it's always he says it's always good to keep moving.
Yep.
So, he's trying to survive, and he keeps moving, and he's
Yeah.
looking for food and shelter and all the rest of it. And with his faithful companion,
Yeah.
his loyal dog, and yeah, I'm very very keen to see where this goes. I think this could be really really great. Yeah.
And they also use the different sections to show you what they need to show you to serve
Mm.
several purposes. So when the action scenes or scene happens in the film, it just doesn't
Mhm.
just happen to show you what kind of world this is or how your character can take care of itself. It also shows you more because they put more things in it. That's efficient storytelling, and that's important, especially in a 5 minute long film.
Absolutely, because the action is there not just for the sake of it; it's
Yep.
actually there to drive the story forward.
Yeah, and to tell you
Which
more about the character, which it does.
Yeah, well, yeah, and that's what kind of drives the story forward. And any sort of, I think, writing class that you will ever go to will always tell you, whatever you put in this, make sure that it drives the story forward.
Yep.
If it's in there and it doesn't do anything for the story,
Yep.
cut it out. It's unnecessary.
Yeah, it's
And in
it's a
this
sin.
one,
It's a sin that the major studios do all the time, and it's refreshing to
all the time.
see respect the storytelling in
Mm,
that fashion.
absolutely. And yeah, I was thinking like about I think we mentioned this in passing before that when we look at films, if they're films that come from the studio, if we do like a review and we rate them out of 10 or whatever, and if we watch an indie film, it's a different scale.
Yep.
Um, and this made it a bit almost tougher for me with this one because it is a different scale, but I couldn't find any faults in this one. I mean, I'm not going to say it's perfect, nothing is perfect, but it's just every little aspect of it was
Yep.
had that attention to detail that I really like.
Yep.
So yeah, I don't know. Did you give it like an out of 10 score?
I
Or
didn't
what
think
would you give it
I didn't
as an
think
out of
about a
10?
score. I didn't think about a score, but when I score things that I see, anything above and my scale, I think our scales are different. Anything above 8 is very high. So
Mm.
with this, if I have to think about a score now, I'd give it probably an 8.5. But that's just
Mm.
because of things that I don't know about that might be
No, an eight
yeah.
and a half is very high.
Uh,
An eight and a half is very high for me as well. And I still gave this one a nine
yeah.
because, like I said, I looked at every aspect and I looked at the overall, and I felt like it didn't really have much missing. Although it's a very, very short piece,
Yep.
I felt that it serves its purpose and it does exactly what it set out to do.
Yep.
And for me, that's a 9 out of 10. I'm sure that Joseph and Tracy and Justin and even Bill are very happy with what they got out of this one as far as the final product.
Yep.
So yeah, highly highly recommended. I recommend you all go and check it out. We'll include the link, but it's available on their YouTube channel. It's
Yep.
also available on Bill Oberst Jr.'s artist page on
Yeah.
MyIndieProductions.com. We'll include the links. Go have a look, and yeah,
Yeah, this is for people who like quality storytelling and fine animation and
enjoyable filmmaking, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah, it's entertaining, it's interesting, it sort of draws you in.
Yep.
Again, the drawing.
It draws you in.
Yeah. So no, just very good, and congratulations to everyone involved. This is a really good project, and I really look forward to seeing what comes next.
Yep. Same here. So, if you enjoyed this film discussion, guys, be sure to like, subscribe, and click the little bell icon so you'll get notified on all our future videos. Also, go check out the film, Weight of Guilt. Tell us what you think about it.
Yep, and we will keep you updated as to any new stuff coming from the team, and
okay.
Definitely worth it. So thanks for your time. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to hearing from all of you what you think about everything we're doing and what you want to see from us.
All right. So
till next time.
Bye, guys.